Coming up on this edition of Carolina Insider, a new restaurant is bringing a taste of Cuba to Colombia. But it's more than just the food. We'll show you the meaning behind the menu. And as lines get longer at food banks, the Trump administration makes a decision about SNAP funding that will affect many families.
Let the country open and we'll fix it.
But first, some changes on the sidelines. Head coach Shane Beamer makes major decisions after the team's fourth straight loss.
We got a lot of work to do.
Find out what could be next on the game plan. Carolina Insider starts now. Hello, and thank you for joining us. I'm Morgan Scott. Our top story today, the search is on for some new talent in USC's football program. Offensive coordinator Mike Shula is out after last weekend's loss to Ole Miss. Hired at the end of last season, Shula secured just one conference win earlier this year against Kentucky. According to the state newspaper, USC owes Shula more than $2 million to be paid through the end of 2027. Offensive line coach Lonnie Teasley is also out. Look out for more information about the future of the team when Beamer holds his regular press conference later today. After ranking 10th in the nation early this season, South Carolina now holds a 3-6 record and sits last in the SEC. The team has a chance to regroup during a bye week before traveling to face Texas A&M at noon on November 15th. While one door closes, another one opens with the women's basketball team having its first official game of the season. It was a commanding victory last night, 94-54. Florida State transfer Tania Latson led the team with 20 points, followed by Tessa Johnson with 19. Senior Raven Johnson also contributed with 8 rebounds and 7 assists. All of Carolina's starters finished the game with double-digit scoring. Their next game is this Friday at home in Colonial Life Arena at 7 p.m. against Bowling Green. In other campus news, some students are rebounding after a battle against water in their apartments. As you can see in this social media video, a flood in one apartment at Gateway 737 washed out several residents living in the unit and others below. They had to move into a hotel last weekend while crews cleaned up the mess. One student tells Carolina Insider she and her roommates are back in her apartment today, but others remain in the hotel. The flood started when a sprinkler broke inside a closet on the 3rd floor. The property owner says 7 apartments were affected. USC Development Foundation released a statement clarifying that the university does not own Gateway. Now to a story we've been following closely, food subsidies for people across America. On the heels of 2 legal decisions, the Trump administration announced it will use emergency reserves to partially fund SNAP this month. SNAP benefits ended Saturday, leading to long lines of cars at food banks across the county, including here at Harvest Hope. Volunteers have been working to stock and distribute to meet additional need, but the news isn't all good. Trump says the emergency fund only has enough to cover half of the country's SNAP benefits, and there will likely be delays getting them out until the vote to open the government.
All they have to do is let the country open and we'll fix it.
Until then, you can expect to see more long lines at area food banks. Turning now to local politics, it's election day and hundreds of local and state elections are taking place across the country. Here in Columbia, the race for mayor is taking center stage. Incumbent Daniel Rickenman is running for re-election against Jessica Thomas and Wade Fulmer. In interviews with WIS-TV, Rickenman says he's focused on public safety, economic development, and affordable housing. Thomas says she wants to build more trust in government, build opportunities for growth, and push for income-based housing models. Fulmer's campaign highlights safety, transparency, and bringing order to city council meetings. He's also calling for limits on new luxury apartment development in the city. You can only vote if you live in the city limits and are already registered here. Polls close at 7 o'clock tonight. Next year, South Carolinians will be voting for governor, and a new candidate has entered the race. Here with that story in today's Pure Politics report from the State House steps is Hailey Brown. Hailey?
South Carolina Democrat Jermaine Johnson has just announced he's running for governor in 2026. Johnson currently represents Richland County in the State House of Representatives.
It's time for a new beginning and a brighter day to build a new South Carolina together.
According to his website, he's running on issues like infrastructure, mental health, and education. He's the second Democrat to announce his bid in the race after attorney Mullins McLeod. But in August, the South Carolina Democratic Party publicly encouraged McLeod to end his campaign, saying, quote, "It is clear that Mr. McLeod is navigating profound challenges and should focus on his mental and emotional well-being instead of a campaign for governor," end quote. Whoever wins will then go up against the winner of the five-way Republican primary, including candidates Pam Yvette, Josh Kimbrell, Nancy Mace, Ralph Norman, and Alan Wilson. South Carolina hasn't elected a Democrat for governor since 1999. Carolina Insider will keep you updated as next year's election cycle begins. Back to you in the studio, Morgan.
Thank you, Hailey. Finally today, a new restaurant in downtown Columbia is serving up more than just Cuban food. It's serving up a dream. When the Golgara family moved to the U.S., they had one goal: to share their culture and build a better life. They started with a 10-by-10 tent at the Soda City Market, working long hours to bring a taste of Cuba to Columbia. Now that dream has turned into Cuban Corner, near the corner of Hampton and Main Street.
I promise my English is not the perfect, not the best, but our food it is. So.
Among other things, the restaurant serves traditional dishes like empanadas, Cubano sandwiches, and tres leches. Just know if you go, they're closed on Mondays. That's it for this edition of Carolina Insider, a student production here in the Kennedy Greenhouse studio in the School of Journalism and Mass Communications. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you back here on Thursday.